Hey folks, my name's Tim. I am showing off one of the functions of our new project we've been working on, Project Breach. That function is our teleportation system. Now the way we've got it set up now is at our spawn block we have, let me bring this mic a little bit closer to me. Okay, so at our spawn block we have a constant clock that's checking to see if a player's teleportation flag on the scoreboard changes. And depending on what that flag changes to, it takes us to a different destination. For one, one second. Okay, for one, it takes you to the hub, two takes you to the forge, three takes you to Villa, so on and so forth. What it does is it says, okay, teleportation flag is set to 1, so send that player to these coordinates and set the flag back to 0. After you do that, it sets a can TP flag to 0 that changes back to 1 after a few minutes to prevent people from abusing the system too much. Excuse me one moment. Alright. So on our server, we are setting up instance dungeons a la any major MMO. And the issue we're coming up with is, since we have all of our dungeons in separate instanced worlds, the teleporter, if we try to use it in a world that our circuitry isn't set up, it only takes us relative to those coordinates in that world. It doesn't take us back to this world, or hub, or overworld, as we call it. But I've been working all night, and I found a solution. I'll show you. So, for starters, this right here is our inventory storage room. It's a huge storage room. Everything has its own place, for the most part. We've got our smithy on the far end of the hall, and over here we have our redstone test lab. Normally you can hit this button to reset this entire test lab, but it's been disabled right now because of this little doodad right here. This is our teleportation circuit. This is property of, or this is, I guess, compliments to Aindresh / Buff Chunks, whatever he decides to go by these days. What's happening is we've got a clock here. Each of these clocks detects what trigger, or what teleportation trigger a player's triggers change to, as long as they're in this dimension, this world. It then goes on to teleport that person, if they have that score. It plays a little rocket launch particle, or a bunch of them, I guess. It plays a sound, and it sets the score back to 0. It also sets their can TP trigger back to 0, which is re-enabled through this timer. This timer isn't set very long right now because we're just testing the server and we're still setting stuff up. But these will probably be full of blocks, 64 stack blocks, which will give us about 3.5 minutes, 3.75 minutes between teleports, which is acceptable, I think, honestly. So here's the issue. In order for us to fix the how do I put this? In order for us to fix the issue of teleporting from dungeons back to the overworld, we need this exact same thing set up in each dungeon world. Problem is, if you try to bring over a control middle click and bring this command block with NVT tags into another world, oh my god. It's not the NVT that's doing it. It's got to be one of the plugins. Oh, thank god. Okay. That just made my life so much easier. Anyway, aside from that little eureka moment, I am going to show you what our solution is. First, since we're still using some raw commands for things, I'm going to teleport to our test world. And I'm going to delete the test that I just ran. I can better show you guys what's going on. Okay. Hey skeletons, burn up. I'm gonna go ahead and set my chunk distance or my render distance up a little bit higher so you can see everything that's happening. I'm gonna pop down a command block. I'm going to grab my huge code. This is what I'm pasting in the command block. Nope. Yeah, that's what I've been working on. That's what I'm pasting in the command block, and it's going to do these commands. I don't think I have to copy that. I think I've already copied it. Yes, I have absolutely already copied it. Look at all those end brackets. Hit done. Before I start this, okay, so you saw me using the book before, and you notice when I hit the button, it automatically teleported me. Well, now that I'm in a different dimension, if I try to do that, it changes my TP trigger, but it doesn't teleport me until we start the process. Look at that. Look at that beautiful thing. And I'm outie. I'm back home. I'll show you exactly what just happened. Get this ugly thing out of the way. I know there's probably a deselect command, but I will learn it later. You'll notice an extra line of command blocks here, and I'll explain that in a second. Let me make sure this is running correctly. Everything's good. Alright. This was all created via that one command block. You're technically creating a bunch of other command blocks, and then those were run all at the same time and deleted, but technically all I put down is one command block. Each of these are the sound, or the sound that plays when people teleport. I had to move them out of the way so that I could add in MVTP at player world. That's just the name of our overworld right now. It may change, it may not. But yeah, that's how it works. And now if I grab my book, say I want to go to Sunnyvale, I'm going to hit the button. It is going to first MVTP me. Well, actually no. At the same time, it will MVTP me to the overworld and teleport me to Sunnyvale. So I guess it did do the MVTP first, but I think that's just because it has to. So yeah, that's our teleportation solution. Feel free to use it. I used, what generators did we use for the book? I don't remember, but if I do figure it out, I will put it in the video description. But yeah, keep a lookout. We're going to be uploading quite a few of the different mechanisms we've worked on. I'll go through a more in-depth walkthrough of our inventory storage system, our hopper line, and do a basic walkthrough of our tower. But that is another time. Thank you very much for watching. You guys have a good day.